As I'm reading through the book of Judges, I got to the judge, Gideon, and they start out, the Israelites are being oppressed by the Midianites because, they had this endless cycle of, worshiping false gods, doing all these things. Then God would let them be oppressed by, different people. And then they would cry out to God, and then God would raise up a judge and save them, and so on. Well, it starts out with 32,000 Israelites are going to fight against the Midianites, and there's 120,000 of the Midianites. And God says, he starts doing these tests, and he said that essentially God basically didn't want 32,000. He wanted less, and then he wanted less. And so it got to the point where there was only 300 Israelites, because God didn't want the Israelites to take, say it was because of us that we won. God wanted them to make sure that they knew that the only reason they had victory was because of him. And of course, they had to listen and follow God and cooperate with him, but the reason they got victory was because of God. And so I think that this message is really pointing to the fact that, like, where you are now as a Christian, you need to give the credit to God. Don't be like, oh, look what I did, look what I did. No, look what God did, because God is the reason that you have been able to conquer your sin. He's the reason that you've been able to get through the hard times in your life. And, another thing that I feel like God has also put on my mind is that you need to ask God before you make big decisions. Like, that's another important thing, because a lot of people think that God does not answer, so they just don't even bother to ask God. And I truly believe God can talk to us, and he can communicate and guide our decisions. He can speak to us directly. And really, that's what I wanted to share. And God can take any situation. Maybe everything in your life looks bad, like there's no hope. But with God, there is hope, because he can take the worst situations and turn them around. So just have faith in God and believe in him. Take care, guys. I love you.